Day 4, developing the quality of positive mental attitude. You're on a desert island. Sick as a dog, throwing up. Just can't figure out what's wrong with you. And your partner says, you got appendicitis. We're going to have to take your appendix out. Now, your partner is not a doctor. You are not in a surgical room. And you look at him and you go, you're going to kill me. Well, if the person that's there with you says, no, I have watched every medical show. I took anatomy in high school and college, and I don't have any doubt that I can take your appendix out and save you. If he says that, how you feel? If he says, you're going to die, how you feel? Well, let me assure you, you're going to die either way. I mean, the chances of somebody taking your appendix out on a desert island are not good. But which one has the better chance? See, that's positive mental attitude. There's no worse situation in the world than somebody having to operate on somebody else. That's about as negative as you can be. And that's a tough circumstance, but what do? You step up and you say, we're going to respond to it. Respond to everything that happens to you. Bill Belichick has won 6 Super Bowls. He's widely recognized as, if not the best coach in the National Football League, one of the best. And the one thing that has been his mantra for the entire coaching career is to ignore the noise. See, you have all these sports writers that say, well, you can't win because of so-and-so. And his response to it is ignore the noise. What he's talking about is ignore the negative people. He's a true flea trainer. He's not going to let other people determine whether or not he is successful or not. He ignores the noise. Well, that's the same thing that you say when you say, I'm not going to let negative people affect me. I told the story once, I'll tell it again. When Zig was speaking in Atlanta, Georgia, this lady came to see him, and she was just at her wit's end. And Zig told her, said, I've only got 10 or 15 minutes, but I'll listen to you. And she said, I hate my job. I do have the worst job in Georgia. And Zig said, really? She said, yeah. He said, well, I tell you what, let's do. Let's sit down and write down the 10 best things about your job. She said, well, that'll be easy because there's not one. He said, they pay you? Oh, yeah, we get good salary. We have a good salary structure. Okay, write that down. Number 2, you have insurance. Oh, we have wonderful insurance. One thing I will say, they do have good insurance. So it didn't take Zig 10 minutes and that lady together to come up with 10 positive things about that company. Well, a couple of months later, Zig gets a letter from that lady in Atlanta. And she writes him and she says, you are not going to believe how the people in this job have changed since I visited with you. Do you think those people changed? No. See, that lady responded to the job she had. She had been reacting, and when she reacted, so did they. When she responded, guess what her fellow employees did? They responded. I'm going to tell you what you learned this week. When you greet people positively, how do they greet you? Positively. See, when you change and when you learn to respond, if you walk into a classroom and someone says, "Hey, fatty, how you doing?" How do you react? You say something about their ears, nose, parents, genealogy, and you dropped right down at their level. And they're excited because they got you right where they want you. If you respond, and you say, "I'm really doing well, and I appreciate you asking," there'll be nothing but silence on the other end. You respond to negativity. You don't react and go down to their level. You respond. And once you learn to respond, you develop the habit, the quality of positive mental attitude. And when you do that, you're on the road to being the best you that you can be.